This is absolutely insane. This is even worse. This is even worse. God, this is nuts, man. This is getting well out of hand. God, this is nuts. They're trying to act like they're stealing from him or something. Get the out. You're gone. You're not getting unbanned ever. You. Oh, that is nuts, man. If you go to your YouTube, how do Americans say it? Everyone mocks me for the way I say it. How the fuck do Americans say it exactly? Wait, what's this you sent me? Frat boy behavior. Why are you sending me gay porn? What the fuck, dude? That's madness. YouTube, is that it? YouTube, is that how you say it? YouTube. We say tube. That's just a weird thing, isn't it? Tomato. Am I right? We do say it different. Yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah. Oh, we say words differently. Yeah, what a great fucking observation. Anyway, let me show you how it works, okay? Let me show you how this system works. I'm sick of this. I've already done this a bunch of times, but there's so many lies that are being perpetuated about this, okay? This content, when I upload a video, or when I should say DK uploads a video to YouTube, right, here we go. What's this? Right. Copyright. Where's the copyright strike button? I'm going to press it like I'm dropping a fucking nuke. Where is the copyright button? Let's go. No. This is YouTube's content ID system. So YouTube is recognizing that this channel, Chud Archive, okay, which has started uploading an archive of my VODs. If I have put up a video, or DK's put up a video, from one of these VODs, it gets recognized as matching. So you can see here, Mizkif Emaru DM leaks, is there a cover-up? Chud Archive, okay. This is obviously one of the VODs that's been uploaded. Now, if I wanted to, and I'm not going to do this, okay, what I can do is I can request removal, okay? And then what I can do is I can put in a reason, and say, look, this is my content and you're using it without my permission, okay? Please take it down. And then YouTube will do what's called content ID, and they'll say to the other person, you are using this person's content and they've requested it be removed via content ID, right? Now, I've not done this before, so I don't know the exact process. Anyway, you get the idea, right? So this is basically saying to YouTube, hey, YouTube, this content belongs to me. Can you sort this out, please? And YouTube will go to the other person and say, you're using the person's content. They've claimed it as part of content ID. Please let us know what you want to do. Do you want to, they want to monetize it, or they want to take it down? Do you want to keep the video up? Do you want to remove the video? Or do you want to claim a dispute, right? You get the point I'm trying to make, right? You get the point I'm trying to make. None of this is a copyright strike. None of this is actually negatively impacting their channel at that point, or leading to them not being able to upload content or something like that. Okay? You get my point. That's not a copyright strike. That's just letting YouTube moderate that before it gets to the point of being a copyright strike, okay? Now, for some reason, people are getting these claims through, and rather than just dealing with it through the content ID system, where you just say, oh, actually, this is fair use, and normally the other side will accept it most of the time. There are some differences, and sometimes it causes issue. Most of the time, it just gets dropped. Rather than saying, oh, yeah, use the system, they're going to Twitter and complaining about it, which leads to videos like this, where idiots that don't understand how YouTube works and don't understand how the system works claim that there's false copyright strikes happening. Adin Ross's team at Thumb Media recently issued a copyright strike. I don't know if anyone's got the original tweet. There was never a copyright strike. I saw the original tweet talking about this, and it was a content ID claim that was automatically generated because the person had used some of Adin Ross's content. And if they had just filled out a dispute it would have got released and there wouldn't have been any issues. But for some reason, everyone keeps calling it a copyright strike, which is something that happens later on down the process if the other party doesn't agree that it's fair use or something like that.
What's up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel for another video. This one going absolutely viral over the past day or so, as it seems the false copyright strikes or the handing out of copyright strikes by creators to other creators, it does continue. Last time we covered this topic, TheActMan actually called out both Adin Ross and IShowSpeed, saying he was going to release individual videos on the whole copyright strike scandal that broke out involving Thumb Media. We'll probably talk more.
By the way, okay, I know 100% TheActMan has been in contact with one of the people involved in this, and in order to show the other side of the story. And my understanding is he's just like not made any effort to follow it up, and he's not actually spoken to the person, and instead he's going onto Twitter and just putting these tweets out. There's a real sense of entitlement that people don't seem to understand, right? If I use someone else's content without their permission, okay, right? They're in their rights to say, you've used the content without my permission, and I've got to go, oh no, it's fair use, and hopefully they'll go, yeah, that's fine, right? And otherwise it's legal stuff. Generally doesn't come to that, right? But there's a sense of entitlement that people want to just take and take and take and take. Bearing in mind, you're making the fair use claim. You're using someone else's content without their permission. Fair use is an affirmative defense. It doesn't mean you can just use content and go, that's fair use and there's nothing you can do. You can't even use a content ID claim. That's complete fucking bullshit.
More about that in the future, as this example, well, luckily was resolved quite quickly after public backlash set in pretty fast after a Call of Duty creator, you guys might know him, known as Futives, well, he had a video copyright struck from over
It wasn't copyright struck
by Adin Ross or Adin Ross's team, also known as Thumb Media, a group out there, in case you guys have been living under a rock, who is going around and copyright striking content on behalf of both IShowSpeed and Adin.
Okay, this is absolutely insane. This is fucking wild. Look, it wasn't a copyright strike. This is a content ID claim. This has nothing to do with a copyright strike. This is not a copyright strike. These people are nuts. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. This is, as I showed you, Adin Ross's team, and you can see obviously here it's got the Adin Ross watermark and stuff like that, right? This is Adin Ross's team saying, hey, you're using our content via YouTube's automated system that it's got, okay? And it's automated at their end, I mean, okay? Now, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with them doing this. There's nothing wrong with them doing this. Okay? The thing is, this creator, this Futives person, rather than going to Twitter and moaning about it, they could just file a dispute, and guess what? Because it's only 30 seconds, it's going to get released. It's going to get fucking released, and the video's going to stay up and there's not going to be any problems. Do you see what I mean? 99% is not fair use. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It's only like a 30-second clip in an 8-minute video. I don't know what the context used in the clip is. But nonetheless, whether it's fair use, not fair use, whatever, this person could file a dispute and it would get dropped. It would get fucking dropped. And it wouldn't go any further. So there's nothing wrong that's happened here. There's literally nothing wrong that's happened with this. All that's happened is the person has used Adin Ross's content in the video. The system has picked up that that's happened. And they've done a content ID thing, which is totally fucking standard that every creator has to deal with. And all they've got to do is file a dispute. And I'm 99% sure that that would just get dropped and the video would stay up. Look here. Just robbed out of a 1 million view video. Look. They reached out and took care of it. Thank you. The copyright claim on your video was released. All he needed to do was file a dispute and it would have been dealt with within 24 hours probably. It's fucking nuts. It's honestly wild to me that these people can go online and just say things about this issue ramifications for that. There's no correction of the record. They can just say whatever the fuck they want. They can claim a content ID claim, which is a very fucking normal part of being a YouTuber, okay? Is a fucking copyright strike, which is way more serious and way more of a problem for your channel. Content ID is bread and butter as a YouTuber. You're always dealing with it all day, every day. It's the nature of the beast. It's fucking nuts, man.
Adin Ross, and unfortunately it seems as they do this, although there is some content that deserves to be copyright struck, there's also plenty of fair use content and creators being struck by Thumb Media. Futives, well, he was the latest one. As to give you guys further information,
there's no way that video is a year old. I didn't realize that. I've not looked into it that much. No, I'm just watching this video about it. Wait a second. The video's a year old. What?
Yo, come.
This is even worse. This is even fucking worse. If the video's a year old, you will have got the lion's share of the views on it already. Any future views are going to be fucking trickling in, okay? There's absolutely no need to go to Twitter at any point regardless, but for a year-old video, that's fucking insane. There's the impact this would have on you is nuts, and also any fucking money that you've made on it has already long been paid to you over the time. This is fucking insane to go to Twitter about this. This is even less impactful than if it was a new video. You could just, contest this. You could just dispute this and let it sit in the background, and it would go through the system and be sorted within a day normally, and that's that. You're laughing. God, this is nuts, man. This is getting well out of fucking hand, the way people are treating this fucking content ID shit.
This video from over a year ago was a 2v2. It was actually a Call of Duty competition, 2v2, all on...
Yeah, exactly. The way he said it, getting robbed of 1 million views to make it sound like he lost the money on it. He didn't lose any fucking money on it. The only possible money that might have been impacted is if this went through and then they managed to monetize the video. That's fucking like an insane outcome. The most likely outcome, if he'd have just disputed it, is it would have been resolved and he wouldn't have lost money on it. That's fucking crazy. How could people make this shit up like this? It's nuts. Honestly, this is the most crazy thing I've seen. People just blatantly saying wrong shit on. And no one seems particularly interested in correcting the record or calling it out because everyone hates fucking copyright stuff anyway.
Live stream, I believe the lineup was actually Adin Ross and Cuff'em versus FaZe Sway and Futives. The video was a mashup, and it was a transformative piece of Adin Ross, who was actually facing off against his creator in a Call of Duty 2v2. And so he copyright struck it.
Oh, that's good shit, brother.
Good job, Grunts.
And by the way, Adin Ross did not personally do anything, okay? It's an automated process, okay? It's an automated process, the way that this works. Adin Ross didn't do fucking anything. Why? Like, I get that people don't like Adin Ross, okay? I totally understand that. I'm not a massive Adin Ross guy, okay? I've been very critical of Adin Ross in the past myself. But you can't just fucking say wrong shit about someone just because they're like a bad person in other ways. What the actual fuck? This is fucking insane. Do you understand my own... Like, I want people to understand how crazy this is. Because I feel like maybe because people don't understand it, or this is literally like really fucking bad, okay? This is like really fucking bad and damaging misinformation. Because the thing is, it's not just Adin Ross that's negatively impacted like this. It's also this fucking company, this Thumb Media people, right? Thumb Media have made mistakes in the past in dealing with some of this stuff, okay? But they're not doing anything wrong. These people go to Thumb Media and they say, Thumb Media, I want to protect my content on YouTube so people don't fucking steal it, okay? And Thumb Media go, yep, no problem, we'll do that for you. Their main target and priority is people that are just ripping VODs and putting it up onto YouTube and presenting it on their own. That's the main thing that they're after, okay? However, because all of the Adin Ross's content gets put into the system and they've got an automated process that deals with YouTube Content ID, There's stuff that will have content ID claims where they'll just release it if you contest it, particularly if it's like under a certain percentage or they can see it's fair use and whatever. They'll happily sort of let that happen, right? So this company is getting hauled over the coals directly in a video now, which admittedly hasn't got many views. I think this is Jake Lucky's new channel, for no reason. And it's just totally unfair and totally unreasonable. And it's just mind-boggling to me that there doesn't seem to be any big YouTuber or any big person that's willing to come out and say, hey guys, here's actually what's happening, right? And I know for a fact that some of these people that are involved, including Jake Lucky, have been in communication with people on Adin Ross's side to actually tell their side of the story and put the truth out there. And they're just not interested. They're not interested in doing that. They just want to keep perpetuating lies and misinformation about this situation.
Get ready for the next round.
What is happening?
Oh no, there was just 2 of them. I didn't even see 2 of them.
Yeah. Look how he get a kill. Like, he feeling bold. Because it's a 3v1.
Oh shit, you used to trick shot?
Yeah.
Eliminate the objectives. Charges acquired.
I'm gonna just keep EMP and they're bouncing better.
Yo, he stunned over unless that was you. I'm about to go for say fucking just running people.
Are they straight? They bouncing Betty?
There's another one.
1 HP on cuff him.
Dead.
Dead.
That's a 10 kill streak. Slammed, Ross. Shit.
And the copyright strike coming a year after the video, and of course we're talking
No
about
strike.
you know, a 1 million+ view video. It seems that Thumb Media is just going around finding all of these high view videos and trying.
Okay. What? Right. I can't believe. If I release a video on the 26th of May, 2022, okay, I'm going to get 20,000 views on that within a month, okay? In the next couple of months, I'll get another 5,000, so I'll get 25,000 views, okay? After that, I'll get some more, etc., right? The way that YouTube works is I get views in May, okay? That gets put into my AdSense account, that then gets paid out to me in June. So by the end of June, I've been paid the money that the main bulk of the fucking money, because it's based on the viewership in May. So most of the money this guy's made on this video has long been paid to him a year ago. What do they think fucking happens? YouTube come to your bank account and go, oh, we're taking that ad money back and giving it to them. God, this is nuts. They're trying to act like they're stealing from him or something. God, this is fucking insanity. Why are people so misinformed on this? It's crazy.
To claim what they can. Luckily for Futives, he did fight back and actually fight back. And to give you guys even further context on this, there is evidence out there that when this whole thing happened a year ago, Adin Ross gave permission for Futives to actually upload the video. So it just like makes...
Yeah. So file the dispute and say that you've got permission to use the content. Simple. Problem fucking solved.
It's just like what are you even trying to do? Obviously, it's Thumb Media or Adin's team, but they're doing this on behalf of Adin, and hence why Adin is going to be engulfed in these strikes. When you hire someone to go strike on your behalf or have this company do it on your behalf, people are going to essentially tie your name to it. That just makes sense. Luckily, after being called out within an hour, it was actually Adin Ross saying, hey, yeah, we're going to remove that strike now. Don't worry. And it was removed. So I have to say, nice. That's awesome. That's the right move to make.
This is a move that the person could have done themselves by just filing a dispute through Content ID. And the problem would have been rectified probably within 24 hours max. None of this fucking drama or bullshit around it. Oh my God. This is fucking insane. Listen, I know people probably aren't as passionate about this as I am, okay? But fuck me, it is absolutely enraging to see all of these people say totally wrong things about this. And it's not like they just don't get criticized, right? They get praised. They get fucking praised for these takes, right? Everyone's jerking themselves raw on social. Oh yeah, another big company fucking around with YouTube. YouTube's copyright system sucks. Da 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 da. I'm not. You're overreacting. You're fucking banned. Get out. Leave. You're fucking done, I Wrestle Weebs. I don't fucking care. Get the fuck out. You're gone. You're not getting unbanned ever. Fuck you. Actually, okay, that's probably a bit harsh. That's probably a little bit too harsh. Okay, let's just do a little cheeky timeout, all right? The thing is, yeah, sure, you might think I'm overreacting, okay? I can understand why you're saying that. However, I just think it's wild to me, you know, that there's this desire to just endlessly push this misinformation because you're kind of tapping into the market of people that don't understand copyright and think that this is like really bad and harmful to the channel when it's just literally a part of it. And as was pointed out earlier too, this guy knows Adin Ross. He didn't even need to necessarily go through the process of Content ID. He probably could have just DM'd Adin and said, hey man, what gives? You gave me permission and now and Adin would have gone, oh shit, I'll deal with that, and would have got it fucking squashed like that. This system that this company uses, I've seen it with my own fucking eyes. I've seen it with my own eyes, okay? They literally can just go in, find the video, click, release dispute, and that's it. It's done. The problem that the company have got is Adin Ross is a massive streamer. So, and this is what people don't think about because they're too fucking retarded, right? They have got an absolute fucking onslaught of endless content of Adin's that gets uploaded onto YouTube, okay? It's like a fucking tsunami of potential copyright breaches that they're having to deal with. They've got people that are not even transforming the content. They're going, ooh, that looks like a nice segment. Even though I've not got permission, I'm going to take that and put that as my own. And if I make money on it, great. I'm going to rake in the reward. And like, obviously that's not on. And if the company, and if Adin Ross doesn't want that, it's his content, right? It's his content, and he can say, no, thank you. And that's totally within his right. Some people don't mind clip channels. Other people, it's balanced. Some people don't want any of it. It's their fucking content. They can do what the fuck they want with it, right? So, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, sure. You could look at Adin Ross and look at content uploaded today, and there's probably a fucking bunch of videos. So it's just an onslaught of endless content that they're having to try and contend with, and they're trying to manage it as best they can. And then they put a claim in on this old video, and they go straight to Twitter and lose their shit, rather than just deal with it in the normal way. Can you speak to people that conflate this with a legal matter? We, at this point of the Content ID, YouTube are mediating between the two creators. The legal process doesn't come for a few steps away, okay? The legal process is going to come later. And do you know the truth of it as well? Most creators are not going to want to take you to court, okay? Adin Ross doesn't, I mean, obviously the Hassan thing, he's speaking a big talk because it's with Hassan. But they're not going to want to take you to court over you using a fucking minute segment of their video. Okay? So it's very likely if you dispute it, unless you were taking the piss and your entire channel is just re-uploaded Adin Ross content, you can probably just file for a dispute and they'll go, fuck it, and leave it at that. Okay? Adin Ross does not want to take you to fucking court. So the legal process is not only far away, it's unlikely to ever get to that stage. Unless you were taking the piss or, you know, making money hand over fist, just re-uploading his content. That's the truth of it. Also, they don't want the negative press that comes associated with taking someone to court for this stuff. But this isn't a legal process. This is YouTube's way of moderating, you know, the discussion between two different creators to stop like a copyright strike or stop the legal process getting implemented. It's actually overall a positive thing for everyone.
The concern with all of this is if this happens to someone as big as Futives, who luckily has a platform to call it out, what about all of the people who don't have a voice, the smaller creators out there who won't go viral, talking about these copyright claims or copyright strikes that they don't want to risk fighting back on? That's where the problem in all of this lies. And the fact that there was a balls of somebody in Adin's team or Thumb Media who thought, I'm going to get away with this, copyright claiming a video that the creator was actually involved in playing a game of Call of Duty with Adin Ross.
There's no sense of, oh, I'm going to get away with this, right? The person used Adin Ross's content, in this case had permission, but that isn't going to necessarily be recognized because there's so much content that exists about Adin Ross at the end of Thumb Media. So this idea that there's some, we're going to get this old video and claim it. First of all, there isn't that intent there. And second of all, what benefit is it to the company to do that? Like I say, it's primarily an automated system, which is why this tends to happen this way, right? What benefit is there to financially to claiming a fucking year-old video that there's someone sat there specifically trying to claim that? Like, the video's had its day. It's got the bulk of its viewership. You might have viewership trickle through as time goes on, but at most, you're probably going to be making 10, maybe 20 bucks a month tops from that.
And it was completely transformative,
And that's at a push.
totally edited. And the part they claim is like a 30-second intro where Adin is talking about 2v2ing the creator who made the video. But luckily, at the end of the day, the right thing was done. It's not going to stop other people from continuing to call out Thumb Media for their actions on behalf of iShow, Speed, and Adin Ross. And we still have some big exposed videos apparently coming out about that whole scandal. So it's probably not done yet. In this case, the right thing was done. So thanks to Adin for doing that. I'm glad he removed the strike. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Right? What do you think about this one?
There was never a strike.
We'll catch you back here sometime soon.
There was never a strike. Stop saying strike. Oh my God. Anyway. Funnily enough, the guy that actually runs this company that does the digital rights management shit has now, for the first time, I believe, released a statement. So after many days of trying to have a call with you, to clarify any concerns you have regarding how we operate, you still have not made time to talk. Here is my response to your previous tweets regarding Adin Ross and striking creators, which is not true at all.
This is a message for Jake Lucky regarding the Fugitives video
this guy.
and also other parts where he's tweeted about information as well. So for the Fugitives situation, Fugitives didn't dispute the video. But he went to Twitter and done it, and it was resolved and released in 2 hours. It would be best if creators do dispute, and you should definitely, with a platform like yourself, Jake Lucky, you should be asking people to dispute. It's not that we're avoiding small creators or abusing it for small creators. Big creators have a platform, they tweet, they get a lot more tweets and it gets resolved faster, of course. But a dispute system which YouTube has made is there for a reason. So please educate creators on how to use it instead of saying,
wait, how can you say that when, you know, what about my accent? It's all British to you, isn't it?
These are false claims and everything, because they're not. At the end of the day, if a person's video is present in someone else's video, then it's a relative claim. It's a claim that's allowed to be done. Adin Ross has worked with many people in the past, and he still does work with people present as well, which comes to a point where he don't know exactly, or his team know exactly, all the creators that they've worked with. So we're working on a case-by-case basis and removing claims as they come in from people that he's worked with in the past, which is completely normal. And this is not much of an issue, especially if creators just dispute it or anything like that. It gets resolved ASAP, no revenue lost as well.
Okay, let me ask you this, right? Everyone's mocking this guy's accent. What if he had a heavy Indian accent? Would you be mocking him then? Would you find that funny? What if he was, you know, I don't know, what other accent there is? Maybe I'm asking the wrong chat on that one.
So the other main reason why I wanted to do this sort of tweet as well, couldn't really put everything into a full tweet, not enough words, but I've also reached out to you numerous times about the internet anarchist situation. The claim was released literally a day later, yet he went on for a whole week, or I think all the way till the 2nd of May, from the 23rd of April to the 2nd of May, saying that we have still taken the money, saying that we have basically strike the video and all of this, that all this information, all these news reports were coming out about it, which was totally false. I showed you evidence on that and you didn't report on it, you know, and I just think that that's just not a good way to do business. You know, we're doing everything correctly. Because someone's video is fair use don't mean that they can't be claimed. A fair use claimant, if they're using someone else's content, they need to argue the case with the original owner to prove that it's a fair use case. Fair use is not just like I can take anything and upload it and yeah, it's fair use because I think it's fair use.
Yes, exactly.
Okay? You need to basically show
That's so true. People think it's fair use. How do I know that? Because it's my content and I've decided it's fair use. Like, it doesn't work like that. Normally, you would need to go to a court. You'd need to go to a fucking court to argue as an affirmative defense, this is a fair use thing. Online, it's become a lot easier to avoid that eventuality, and you can negotiate with other creators, normally with YouTube as a mediator, to avoid that. But it's like people don't even want to do the bare minimum, right? People don't even want to do the bare minimum. They don't even want to file a fucking dispute. They don't even want to fill out a form to say, hey, it's fair use. They want to go to Twitter and argue like they've been fucking shot in the head.
Original creator, and then you need to have a discussion through a dispute. Or we also have our website where you can send a ticket and you can clarify all the information and your argument behind it. And then we would take it into consideration, look at it, and release the claim if we believe it's fair use. So all of this propaganda, everything that's going around, all this fake news around this whole sort of situation is completely false. And yeah, I'm just glad to clarify it. I've reached out to Deserto. I've reached out to many other big names that have just completely ignored us and blocked us as well. You know, the CEO of Deserto actually blocked me on LinkedIn when
That is fucking nuts, man. Dexerto has put out an article about this. And the Dexerto, it's the esports Twitch stream press organization. I can't believe it got blocked on. That is wild. Just no accountability for the press. Just block the guy that's pointing out there's more to this story.
when I tried to reach out to them. So I would just please, out of respect, do more research. Also educate yourself, Jake Clucky, on how content ID claims work. You're tweeting out saying we striked a video, we're striking videos, we're striking, which is really bad. A strike is 10 times worse than a claim, okay? And you're going out and just constantly slandering a company with false information. Please do your research and educate yourself on the system and how everything works before you go out there and do this. Thank you.
Okay. It's such a shame that these two, I mean, you know, what is it they say? They say it takes a lie goes round the world in a tenth of the time it takes for the truth to get its trousers on, or pants if you're American, okay? This is a great example of that, where everyone is going on about how there's copyright claims, Adin Ross is a terrible person and all this stuff. But the truth, unfortunately, isn't as exciting, but it is the truth. And that doesn't get a fucking shot in hell because, well, obviously, you know, it's this company that's putting it out. But also, look, as a fellow Britbonger, I've got to say, I know that a lot of Yankoids are not going to be particularly amenable to the accent, but hey, that sounds like racism to me, if I'm honest, but nonetheless. I don't know, man. This is just, I look, listen, I probably was, it does seem like I'm overreacting, but honestly, I just think this is another case where there's insane misinformation happening to like one of the worst degrees you can imagine. But unfortunately, it's just not a very sexy story. It's about copyright and digital rights management and fucking shit like that. So people don't really care to like fucking pay much attention to it. But I'm telling you, genuinely, this is one of the worst pieces of misinformation that is currently being perpetuated on the internet. And it's not even just being perpetuated by like little fucking weirdo alt media types. Some of the biggest YouTubers are responsible for this and are perpetuating and spreading this misinformation. It is wild. Anyway, I don't know, man. I think this chap wants to maybe come on stream at some point, so I'll have a chat with them and we'll set something up. But that would be an interesting thing to put out there. The worst misinfo. What's the worst case repercussion? I'm not okay. I'm not talking about. Obviously, the ramifications of this are probably not as severe as other forms of misinformation. But I mean the flagrant nature of it, just how wrong it is. You know, like it's not even like you can point to some piece of information that you can read badly and come to these conclusions. It is a complete and total opposition to what the actual truth is. Okay? That is what I mean by that. It's like if I showed you the number 2 and I said that's the number 6, it's that bad. It's a complete fabrication that isn't based on any true information or facts. And, you know, to the point, and look, obviously you can say that this person is biased towards defending their company, and that's a fair comment. But if you actually listen and engage with what they're saying is true and correct by the letter of the law, by the YouTube's rules. Every single source you can look at backs everything this guy is saying. And these other people are totally wrong. Like they're saying there's copyright strikes being done, which just isn't true. There's no copyright strikes at all in this. It's all content ID claims, which are totally different. Anyway, there we go. Just wanted to catch you up on that. People don't. The other problem as well is people are very cynical about copyright too, because of some of the shit massive companies do with it. But you know, it is important, even more so for small creators. Adin Ross isn't a small creator, but for other people to have the ability to protect their content if other people are trying to fuck with it.